Good morning, everybody. Just figured I'd come on for a morning cup of coffee and have a chit chat with everybody. Oops, echo. See if I can get some people in here just for the hell of it. And still waiting. And waiting. Doobie doobie doo 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 doo. Welcome to two viewers. Hey, one hot girl. How you doing, hon? Right there's the panel link. You're all more than welcome to come on up. So how you doing today there, one hot gal? Hey, Trump Tard. Hey, Ben, just Ben. There's a panel link. Beautiful Miss Joe. That is you, right, Miss Joe?
It is me. Can you hear me?
Yep.
How are you today, Mr. Odin?
I'm doing good. So how's the weather out your way? You got any rain?
Oh, heck no. We're in that no rain zone.
I'd send you some of mine. Damn shit. Mine and Diver, we can send you some water. Hey, Diver.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Miss Joe.
Hello, NJ.
I just figured I'd throw up a panel just for shits and giggles.
Interesting how when I first entered
Hey, Wobbly.
when I first entered Donkey's voice chat earlier this morning, there was maybe a dozen people in there, and it whittled down to 6.
You bored them to
Ghost
death.
was a robot.
You bored them to death, Diver. What the hell, man?
Might have had something to do with a live stream starting up, and several people jumped over to watch the live stream.
Meth Head was live. Or not now, maybe later.
Be nice, Odin. Here you are, trolling again.
You gotta do what you're good at, I guess. Andrew's a pretty good dude.
I can't tell whether Horace is having a yard sale or cleaning out something, or is that the way his yard looks all the time? Oh my God. Let alone his yard, whatever it is he's walking through now. Looks like a church mouse's abode.
Well, it was interesting, I will say, over on Not Now, Maybe Later's live stream that he has started a countdown meter from the threats that Emo made that he would kill himself within a year's time. You know, that's a heck of a statement to be coming out and making. But anyway, there is a countdown timer set now.
So now we not only have the clock that is set for nuclear destruction, we have the emo suicide clock.
I hope Emo doesn't end up committing suicide because it doesn't do anything really.
Well,
Right.
I didn't look at the video, but one of his video pictures, the front picture was of him holding up his wrist with some sort of bandage on it. Did he actually try it, or was that just him mishandling that knife that he was threatening someone with?
I
What
think,
reason?
and most likely it was that mishandling of the knife. He was throwing that thing around everywhere, lost control of it several times. So, you know, I think it's all just an attention ploy. He can't understand that people quit going to his streams and onto his panel because he has a tendency to attack anybody that does come over and try to watch his live streams or participate in his chat, or God forbid you jump up on panel and he attacks you in person there.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been on his panel, but I went into his chat one day just to bust his horns because he kept referring to NJ in very derogatory terms, and I couldn't tell if it was me or Nevin Johnson.
Well, you got the name wrong, NJ. He calls him Naval Johnson. So remember your naval whenever you talk about Navin Johnson.
Oh, I knew who he was referring to, and I know the slur, but I just couldn't resist giving him a little shade for using my first part of my moniker here.
I just hope he wakes up and realizes, hey, I did fuck up. I'm sorry. I'll try not to be that ass again. You know.
I don't think you'll ever see it happen, so don't hold your breath.
And good morning, good afternoon, depending on your time zone, to all of those that are in chat. Thank you for joining us today.
Yep.
Yeah, I got to open that up yet.
So Wobbly Boost, how come you ain't coming up on panel?
Well, at 3 a.m., I think that's probably too early for Wobbly Boost.
Oh shit. Then again, he doesn't ever sleep. He's a vampire. It's probably what, 3 a.m. Sunday morning for you? So, what's your thoughts on Facebook not allowing politic ads or campaign ads? Joe?
Oh, I think it's wonderful. I think television would be greatly improved. You know, put out in writing what your campaign is. We don't need to hear all your lies and your mudslinging. You know, to me, political ads killed it for me a long time ago. It turns me against more politicians than it does towards them. Of course, it's been quite a while since I've found a politician that I really wanted to vote for. Most of them, you know, the elections that I do vote in, you know, it's picking out the lesser evil as far as I am concerned, you know, the lesser evil of the two candidates.
And this one, which one's the lesser of the evil? They're both pretty evil.
Yeah, Ms. Joe, have you or anyone else ever looked into the history of campaigning in this country? If you think
Well,
the
other
Muds,
than being totally crooked and being paid off and bought, I mean, everything revolves around money. Who's got the biggest money to donate to what campaign to make sure that they go ahead and produce the laws to be enacted to help protect themselves or better themselves?
yeah, but one of the things you'll find, or several of the things you'll find, is that money does not always win, and the mudslinging that you see now is nothing compared to what it was in the 19th and 18th centuries.
It just, instead of running on what they believe the country could use, they run on, well, this dude slept with this dude or this girl, this guy called this guy this, and it just really. And when you go and look at it, they're say the one that said it is actually the one that called the guy that. It just
Yeah, it's a cult of personality, basically. It's not. Don't look at what I'm doing behind the curtain. Just you got to look at what the other guy's doing behind the curtain.
the whole smoke and mirror bullshit.
Or a fence. Don't look behind my fence. Look behind the other guy's fence or wall.
Uh,
Hello, one hot gal. Welcome to the panel.
Hello, thanks.
hey,
Odin,
Susie.
I wanted to tell you this. Thank you for having me back a couple nights ago in News New England's chat.
Who did that?
I got an attack on there on the panel with AFA. Is Josh, I forgot his last name, and Paul. And I was down in chat, and Odin was there also. I think it was. Wasn't it Odin? Or was it the other night, a couple nights? I don't remember. Or maybe it was last week that you told me Rusty Best Spring and what's her name? Izzy Rue Best Spring is the same person. I think you told me that also.
No, I wasn't in New England Truth or that one guy I'd never heard of until the blow up about the stupid kid situation. Do I believe it was?
Okay.
Do I believe having a kid on a panel more than say 10 minutes is wrong? Yes, but then again, when are the adults going to be held responsible for their own fucking actions?
Exactly. And I tried to have them stop, and they just ran me over apparently. And then it was you and Jeff and Joe. Joe popped up on the panel out of the middle of nowhere after I left. And then he took care of it because I tried it. It didn't help. It didn't work out. I don't know why, but it didn't. I
If
just
you
want to
don't,
say thank you.
yeah, if you don't want the kid to see the word say, for example, fucker, then don't type it in, and the kid won't see it. Come on now.
Exactly. Exactly. They just took over his channel. I think it's ridiculous.
Uh, think before you act. Oh wait, they don't do that. They just act.
Exactly.
Now, if you think the chats on YouTube are bad, you ought to try going on Discord.
No, thank you.
Some of the chats are bad in Discord.
True, true. There are several of the servers I'm in that are very decent people, and they run it very decently. They have morals, they have rules, and they stick by them, and I applaud them for it. Unfortunately, you've got others, several of which I visited, and several of which I lasted about 10 minutes and said, no, thank you. And I left.
What is Discord? I hear it all the time.
It's a communications application or program online for gamers initially. And because of the pandemic and because of just evolution of the internet, other people are using it now besides gamers.
Come on up,
Kind of
Sue.
a chat room type situation. There's a whole lot of chat room and talk going on. It can be beneficial, nice place to be. And some servers get to where it's not such a nice place to be. You just got to find where you kind of fit in and you enjoy what's going on. And those are the servers that you visit more frequently.
And now the capabilities are expanding to. They've always had video as well, but it was usually one. It was always one-on-one. Now you can have group videos, the same as Zoom or StreamYards or anything else. And I think it's. I don't know what the limit is yet. I've seen it
25.
more than a dozen.
25 is the limit.
Oh, I didn't know.
Wow.
Hey, Wobbly.
Morning, Aidan. How are you, mate?
Doing good, you man.
G'day, Miss Joe, NJ Diver, and Sarah. Good to see you.
Hi, Wobbly.
Good early morning to you, Wobbly.
Yeah, I got up nice and early just to catch Aidan, obviously. I was asleep and just woke up middle of the night and just didn't feel like going back to sleep. I got weird patterns.
Well, it's pretty hot down there, isn't it?
Oh, no, we're coming into our winter. But here in the tropics, that means absolutely perfect weather. But it has been pissing down raining crazy, way too much rain.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it weather the wet season?
Yeah, it's our dry. So as our winter comes in the north of Australia, it's supposed to be 6 months of dry season, but all that's catawampus now. Yeah, we had a late wet season, started in December, and it basically hasn't stopped. Very few sunny days since then.
We got the troublemaker here. Is that the real Sentinel?
NorCal's here. NorCal is my buddy.
Hey, does it?
It's never the real me.
How you doing, Chief?
Hey, I sorry to pop in. I just got curious this morning. Was going to ask you guys the question, but I answered it myself. What's up with Doug Hutton?
Besides being batshit crazy,
Do you know what's up with him?
I have no idea.
He was arrested this morning at 3.
Oh my goodness, I haven't heard that update, but I'd unsubbed from him recently, so I haven't kept up with him, Desert. Hey, man, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, I thought I'd pop in here and let you guys know that whatever that video was that he put out earlier, I guess he sounded inebriated. I'm not going to speculate. He had an encounter with Ventura. He was trying to fight somebody else who was residing at the Quality Inn and Suites there in Ventura. Sounded like he had his ex-wife and kids there at some point during the day, and yeah, he's arrested. So there you go.
Yeah, sorry, who was it? Desert? I just missed the name.
Doug, no thanks.
Oh, Mr. No Thanks. Okay, cheers.
Yeah. So he's still on his downward spiral. I know he was. I know he also got convicted of that driving while suspended. Also, I don't know if that came up either. Well, anyway, I'll pop out. You guys have fun. Good luck. I'll let some people know about it. All right.
Yeah. Good morning there, DS.
Good to hear you, dear.
All right. Catch you later. Wobbly Boost, I don't know if we've ever spoken, and I know you've been out there a while. Hello.
Hello.
Good day.
You might have bumped into each other on Discord when I was still there last year.
Yeah. All righty. One hot gal. Nice to see you there, and have a wonderful afternoon.
You
Yes,
take care,
you too.
Sentinel. Oh, sorry, Sarah. Come on up, Sue. Welcome back, Miss Joe.
Oh, thank you. Hit that wrong button and took me completely out. So eventually, maybe I'll figure out this StreamYard stuff and can jump on panels a little more often, anyhow.
Never hit the back button.
Yep. Learning curve, learning a new trick.
And Roland, I will not bring PMARS back for the actions he said in the backstage.
Yeah, it's just kind of typical for PMARS. If you are in a Discord server with him, that's something that he likes to throw out quite often.
He must know other words, surely.
No, that's the only retarded word he knows.
That's the one.
And I'm sorry, you got to respect people who are up on the panel. And that's not showing respect.
Yep. Meth is a hell of a drug.
And he's supposed to be this an intelligent guy, and that's the only word he can say. Okay. Diver must be rolling a joint. He's quiet.
No, I'm handling business.
Okay, who you pimping out?
No, it's nonprofit business.
Oh, actual business.
Yeah. Other things that I'm involved in pop up every so often, especially when you're right in the middle of a panel or something else. And it's unfortunately all sometimes. I'm just waiting for another phone call to find out when my wife's coming home. She's staying with her parents because her father just got back out of the hospital a couple of weeks ago, and he's not quite up to snuff yet.
Mm-hmm.
How's your daughter doing?
Oh, fabulously. She's out with friends for the weekend, and she's working her counseling job full time now for the summer. Plus, she's taking a course to expedite her graduation and licensing from her master's degree.
That's good. So, let's go ahead.
Yeah, she decided not to take her licensure out of Maryland, which is where she was getting her bachelor's. She decided to hold off on it until she got her master's. She can command a better salary once she gets that.
That sounds great.
I have yet, though, the one fault I've had, even though I know I've said it to her many times, is I've yet to teach her economics or how to handle her finances. I'm going to have to sit her down on whatever that, well, maybe even Discord, who knows, one-on-one, and try to tell her that when you get the urge to be hungry or something, have some forethought and make yourself lunch before you leave for work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one credit card she uses for lunch, I'm co-signer on, and the bills come here, not her.
It's the rational economics of a packed lunch.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I used to do it when I was single, but then I was single. I didn't have anybody to make my lunch, and I didn't make it at home. So, yeah, I said, hello there, Clash.
Hey, Clash. I was trying to.
Hey, how's it going?
I was trying to block it so your face didn't show.
I think I've done that now,
revealed
haven't I?
yourself there for a few seconds.
You're good.
Oh no!
I promised to forget what you look like. Oh no, he ran off.
Well,
Gotta
if he's
go, Walter.
backstage, he can still hear us.
He might have crashed out by hitting the wrong button.
Yeah, that happens. I'm doing that on occasion with this new laptop. I still haven't found where the print screen is because doesn't say print screen on the keyboard like the other one does. I have to look that up yet.
There we go. All right, Clash. There we go.
Okay. There we go. All right.
Careful now. On the keyboard, cockpit error doesn't hurt too much.
Yeah, don't hit
Right.
any other extra buttons. 'cause
Okay,
it
where are
makes
you going?
stuff off.
Okay, I was thinking you were gonna help me with your room, but okay, that's fine. What are you locking the door for? You want to let her out, please?
Now, isn't that pleasant now that she's home?
Up. Lift it up. Jesus Christ, you're gonna break the goddamn. Lift the handle up. Yeah, it's good. No, no.
The wife's giving them hell.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, us married guys live longer.
It's a fact. It's a
Until they say so.
It's a statistic.
Until they say so.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have to say it; they just have to do it.
What? Exactly, right? That's what I'm talking about.
It
I'll
could
be right
be an
back.
extremely slow poison. You never know.
It'd be nice
Exactly.
if Chachi and Sue came up. Yeah.
I'll tell you something. I went down a rabbit hole this morning, and it's getting deeper and deeper. I started looking at some stuff to help out one of our auditors in his court case, and I fell down a rabbit hole of surveillance. And it's interesting because I went into photography, public photography, looking for a few things, and there are organizations out there of professional and hobby photographers that are like what we're doing, educating themselves and spreading the word and setting up websites and, for all I know, Discord servers
Yeah.
and YouTube channels for sure, to
Right.
educate them on public photography. And it's the same with videography. And it's interesting to see that they've been fighting this battle so many years, well ahead of, decades ahead of videography, decades ahead of auditors, cop watchers, and cop blockers. And it's interesting to see how they handled it professionally and to see that they had set up already the same stuff I set up in CRUD and on Fan Club. Not quite as, but even though it's, we're just rehashing what other people have already done. We just didn't know where to look. Or
Yeah, I
in many
remember a
cases,
group
didn't care to. I'm sorry.
rights for freelance photographers or something out of America, and they're pretty big. That's before I found one.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of photography organizations out there. And what I've come across on some of their sites, suspicious activity reporting, photography. And this is a document from, oh God, I can't even read it. Yep, DHS. And it's part of the SAR program, suspicious activity reporting.
Hey, Diver, doesn't the Third Circuit have 3 case laws dealing with photography?
2, Fields and Garcia versus Philadelphia.
That's where he can put the phone or the recording device in his pocket and not tell the cops he's recording, right?
No, the first one, Fields, actually they were both called, if I'm not mistaken. He was walking home to his frat house, and I guess he walked past another one. The police were there. Um, he's basically breaking up a party, and he was across the street. He took his phone out, started videotaping it. Officer came across the street and arrested him for it. He actually lost his district court suit because he made the statement that he wasn't necessarily going to publish the video. So the judge found that, well, if you weren't going to publish it, you weren't going to express it, or you didn't have the right to do it. Well, that case of a journalist who was also in college was videotaping the arrest of Occupy Philadelphia and beating down on people they were arresting. And she videotaped that. She was arrested for doing that. And coincidentally, as the police shoved her up against the pillar of the building that she was standing in front of on the sidewalk, somebody else was videotaping them doing that. They combined both those two cases at the Circuit of Appeals level and found for both of the photographers, the videographers.
So you don't have to go out and act like an ass to get a law change act established to make it so.
Yeah, right. Well, this is case law. This isn't legislation. But yeah, nothing was declared unconstitutional. It was just declared that, yes, you have the right in Delaware, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey to do public photography of police as long as you are where you can legally be. And that's, I'm paraphrasing the judge that wrote the decision, but as, with certain place and manner restrictions. And I believe I'm not sure he included that, but basically alluded to that. And yeah, it's the same as the Turner versus Driver verdict, which came out earlier the same bloody year. There's now 6 circuit courts of appeals. We're halfway there. Either that or Bob's or Donkey's case goes to the Supreme Court and it gets declared nationwide.
Which will be cool.
Expensive, but cool. Yeah. Don't wish that even on Bob or Donkey. I don't think either of them could afford going to SCOTUS. But yeah, Bob's is up in the 8th Circuit, I believe. Yeah, 10th Circuit is Donkey and the 8th is Bob. Yeah, I get them confused. It's kind of weird. It's all the odd numbered circuit courts of appeals that have found for the photographer, videographer. And it's just karma, I guess. I don't know.
The oddballs.
No, it's just the odd numbered. That's all.
Random number generator.
Please. There's all kinds of religious type things about numbers too.
Yeah.
It's not just the meatballs and spaghetti god.
There's a rabbit hole that's good to disappear into.
Yeah, spaghettiology or whatever they call it.
Yeah, it's not fair.
The great spaghetti monster religion.
See way too many people getting lost up their own bums with that kind of stuff.
Oh, please. I just had a very nice discussion with Clash in Canada on religion. We didn't get heated. The only thing that came out was some of the peripheral people on the in the chat took umbrage to a couple of statements we made, and no skin off my teeth.
Yeah, I don't know.
Aside from the fact that skin have no teeth, or teeth have no skin. And your skin has no teeth, yeah. It was interesting. I mentioned this earlier before the other gentleman joined. There were a dozen or so people in Crud's voice channel. I and Clash started up a very good conversation, and all of a sudden there were only 6, and one of those was a robot. Yeah, I guess we bored the generation. I don't know.
Hey, New England is a whatever.
Yeah, likewise. I've had this week actually had some interesting conversations that start about metaphysics and, to an atheist, I guess it's metaphysics, and to the religious, I guess it's religion, but, it's the same subject really, but they kind of start off well and people are being platonic and not taking it personally, but eventually someone will start ranting and feel offended, even though you're not actually trying to offend a person, you're just discussing.
Yeah,
What
well,
people
like that man says, you can't let your feelers get hurt.
That's right. Don't let your YouTube feelers get hurt.
I was going to say there, Wobblety Boost, you've got a appetizer hugging an entree there.
Yeah, that's a real old photo. It's a Michigan couple apparently, and they did actually have a mountain lion. Like that's not photoshopped. Yeah, pretty cute.
Well, I suppose if the cub or infant mountain
Yeah.
lion comes wandering into the property with no parents around, I guess
Yeah,
you could raise it as a pet if you got the property.
Yeah, I think that's how it was. It was a kid. They'd had it from a kitten, and I'd only ever been in that house. Yeah.
Well, hey, we had a woman down here in New Jersey had half a dozen tigers on her property, and
Is that legal?
until one of them got loose, nobody knew. Well, the neighbors knew, but I'm saying the rest of the state and the country didn't know, and all of a sudden one of them got loose. I don't know if it killed the pet or something. I know they had to put it down, but which is fun, especially when you're dealing with a quarter-ton animal. But yeah,
Oh,
Eek.
hey,
who
Clash,
was dragging what?
hey, Clash, you okay? You didn't die, did you?
Oh no, sorry about that. I'm good.
What'd you drag?
Hold on. Yeah, no, I still have all 10 fingers. Okay. Phew. Damn.
Your wife that pissed at you?
No. Just finishing up another room for her in the house. So
Mhm.
It sounded like you were dragging something across the floor.
Yeah, well,
no,
blasting.
I made a quick cut on the chop saw.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That's right.
Sounded like a bunch of glass was breaking and she was throwing it at you. Like, damn.
That job is down to us. It's a drop off.
Yeah, I'll say this: if I'm in my workshop and I start up my table saw, even the neighbors know I'm working. It's
Waving.
World War II surplus,
There you go.
20 amp motor, and it's also got a joiner on the side.
Oh, one of the old ones. There you go. I love those ones. The
Yeah, but
3-in-1s.
Yeah, but this one, the want to cut an angle with the table saw, the whole table.
Oh, the good ones. The table moves instead of the blade. I love it. Is it a
Believe it or not,
Rockwell?
yeah, it's a Milwaukee Delta.
No. You sure it's not a Beaver Rockwell?
Oh, it's Delta. I know, because believe it or not, when I first got it down here from my father, it was his father's, 3 generations plus probably the Navy owned this. I had to get parts for it. A couple of handles were broke. I contacted Delta. He still bloody had them.
Probably don't now anymore.
It depends. I haven't needed anything for it because I take very good care of it. Of course, now my workshop's a storage room, thanks to the wife. It's a 10
Careful
by
what
10
you
room.
say. She'll hear you.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
down with her parents.
Hey, I could be.
Yeah, I'm like you were a couple weeks ago. My wife's down taking care of her father and her mother to a certain extent. They're home. I've been going down for the last 4 years, taking them to doctor's appointments and whatnot because I'm retired. I have the time. And hey, that's family.
That's right. You do what you can to take care of your family as best as you can, and hope that your family understands what it is that you're trying to do. Right?
I don't care about. I mean, that's the way I was raised.
That's right.
Family comes first, and it's how it should be.
Well, certain members of the family come first. I got one that I'm estranged from, so.
Yeah, I just had a uncle who was a cop for years, who now is retired. So now I have to make the effort to try and get to know him, because I told him as long as he was a cop, I had no use for him. He was dead to me. So he's retired now, so now I have to try and get to know who he is.
Well, I don't know about here in the United States. I don't know if it ever passed, but I know there was federal legislation to allow retired police to maintain their weapon. I'm pretty sure here in New Jersey we have that statute.
Oh no. He won't keep any of that stuff now. He's retired. So what he's gonna do now, apparently he's gonna go and do what do they call that? He's gonna go up to certain communities and see how many people are actually living there, who's active in the community.
Consultation
What the
work.
hell they call it again? Something like that. So hold on a second, folks. I don't know how to plug my ears or turn off my mic here, so.
Mike, thank you. That's I call it the cough button. Like Bob, I've been around dispatchers and radio enough to know that yeah, you need that little button to shut off the source, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I've got a Bluetooth in my ear, so I'm not sure how to do that, but I'll give you all a heads up when I'm doing it. And I'm listening and I am participating. I just have to try and get this done. Most guys can't multitask, and I'm going to try my best here to get it done. So
When you're dealing with power saws, do yourself a favor. Pay no attention to us. Pay attention to the power saw.
Yeah, incoming.
Oh, I recognize that noise.
I mean, folks, I don't know if you know or not, I have my master's in woodworking. And back when my daughter was 2, so I guess 19 years ago, I actually kind of lost my fear of my table saw, and or my respect, and I cut off my finger. And they were able to put it, I cut off my finger, my pointer finger. And they were able to sew it back on and everything's fine. But I'll tell you, that's what happens when you lose your healthy fear of your equipment, right?
Yep.
So.
Well, it put the fear back in you, didn't it?
Oh, it did, yeah. I mean, he sewed it back on. It works fine. I can bend it. I just have no feeling in it at all whatsoever. I could take that finger, it's my pointer finger, my trigger finger on my left hand, and I could slam it in the car all day. I could do whatever, and I don't feel it. And that's the problem. So.
Do you know the old carpenter joke about the mill saw?
What's that?
You know the old carpenter joke about the mill saw and the part of the teeth of the blade that you can't see?
No, I don't know anything about that. No.
I'm not going to say it because it involves what you accidentally did.
Oh, cutting off my finger? Well, you know what? I had all of my employees meet me back at that saw 4 days later when I was able to think of it, and we had a good old chat and conversation about it, because everything I did was really against what you're supposed to do. You know, you've got your guard over your saw blade. That had to come off. I had the blade running into the moving fence. I had all the air fans and things shut off and blown off. because of the cut that I was making into a solid piece of wood. And I told them all again, this is never to happen. Nobody's to ever do what I did. I don't want to hear it. And yeah, let's carry on.
bypassing safety for a sense of efficiency is not the thing to do.
And then you learn the hard way like that, and you never do it again.
Say this with the fact that oh God, near 100-year-old table saw is in my workshop, and the blade guards are in my garage.
Mhm.
Well, the thing is, everything has its name and its function and its purpose for a reason. You know, and I won't ever deny that. Like I say, the biggest problem was is the cut that I had to make, the thing that I was doing. It wasn't the smartest way to do it. Let's just say that. So,
You
never
live and
again?
you learn.
Yeah, never compromise
That's
safety
it.
for efficiency.
You live and you learn. And
Well, this wasn't about, you know what, this wasn't even really about efficiency. This was about the mere fact that it was the only way to get this piece actually cut.
Yeah.
What I should have done is set up my power feed, which I didn't do. If I'd have set up my power feed to push that wood for me instead of me pushing it myself manually, things would have been different.
That's a commercial saw.
What's that?
I said you were working with a commercial saw who had a power feed.
Yeah, it was a 5-horse, 3-phase.
Yeah, I'm way more scared of bandsaws and tile saws. Scare the hell out of me. I'm very careful with them.
Then you better never go next to a wood mill. You want to see a blade.
Yeah. Them big monsters that are taller than you. Yeah.
Now, that's the joke I was mentioning. My grandfather was a carpenter. He built homes all over northern New Jersey. And there's those mill blades. I've seen a couple. And oh my God, when those things spin, you don't see a good half of the teeth of the blade. You just don't see it.
Mm.
Yes, sir. And that's, I mean, I saw everything that I was doing, and I actually kind of watched my finger come off.
I was going to say that was the happy ending class because they sewed it back on for you. So.
Well, semi-happy.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I actually had my level 2 first aid for industrial. I actually watched and saved a couple men's lives. I could sit there and watch you bleed to death and eat a steak sandwich. But when it came to me, that, you know, I would pass out at the sight of my own blood. And the guy said I fell like a big old oak tree. My finger cut off. I made about 9 steps towards the first aid room, and I fell like a big old fucking oak tree. Down I went.
And that's called shock.
But it was only for me, right? Like I say, I mean, I saved men's lives. I had a guy had a heart attack on me. You know, several things in my shop, and I never had an issue. I had one guy down the road from where I was building a house. The longshoreman, okay, Vancouver's down along the ocean. The longshoreman used to take all the old fire extinguishers and the old like the welding tanks, and they'd set them up with the bases hitting the ocean, and they would put the stems on a piece of wood, and they would knock the stem off, and they would shoot the things into the ocean. One fired back and hit a guy in the face and took his whole face, like his nose and mouth and half of his cheek off, and I was there. And I worked through that with that guy for no problem, got her done, and then I had my little meltdown after, right? But it's only with me. I mean, even giving blood, I pass out. It's really weird. Really weird.
Well, I could curl or uncurl your hair, depending, with some of the stories I've been through. I was a volunteer firefighter for almost 12 years and an EMT for 8 concurrently. I also ran with the city of Patterson Fire Department as a auxiliary volunteer. And yeah, I've got some stories.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can somehow mute myself. Because I have to make a few cuts here. So let's see if I can just.
I
Yeah,
could
there
be.
you go. You got it.
Yeah, I cut myself on a bandsaw at school, and that was a nightmare. Didn't cut all the way through; it just cut into the skin.
Yeah, I did the same thing with a jigsaw in junior high. I think it was 6th or 7th grade. God, that's 50 years ago. More than 50. What am I saying? Yeah, I'm dead myself. I don't care.
You old fart.
Yep. You don't want to be around me when you do, Odin. You won't last unless you wear an SCBA.
I knew it. Salty Rant and Tammy are brothers. I knew it. No.
Our twin brothers. You see that video of how Lou talked crap on Tammy? Well, doesn't Lou talk the same way to women on a live panel? They're wobbly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on Peachy Riders one of her live streams the other evening or morning, I can't remember. And the rant came on, and he started defending the women that were on against someone else. And I'm just thinking to myself, you have the balls to do that, and yet what you say on your own live streams and panels. I didn't get involved because I was leaving at that point, and
Yeah.
it just wasn't worth getting into an argument with him.
Yeah, I don't know if you can be a white knight and a misogynist.
Oh, it would be it wasn't white knighting him. It would have been telling him the truth. And unfortunately, like many others in this world, he just couldn't handle it.
Wobbly, you were in Discord when he was in there. Look how he talked to like Taylin and Kim and all that.
Yeah, it used to boil my blood. And then, the same thing, I'd see him on someone else's stream saying, you can't treat women like that, and making a huge fuss because someone had said something a bit out of place to a woman. Gosh. A bit inconsistent. The old salt.
He wants a dog on Tammy, but he doesn't look at the inward reflection on himself. Doesn't look at the mirror. Like,
Yeah.
It's just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah, some people don't have that kind of, what is it called? I don't know, just the ability to observe yourself as well as other people.
Introspection,
that's it. Thanks, Andrew.
Like, for example, I've talked shit with Kim or talk shit on Kim, or not on Kim, but talk shit to Kim, and she comes right back with it,
Yeah, she like it.
Or even Taylin. She'll talk the same shit I talk with her.
Yeah.
I wonder how she's doing.
Yeah, good. She appeared in the stream the other night just to say good day. I forget where we were, but I was there and Boomer was there. Taylin dropped in to say good day. She's a busy bee apparently, but she's doing all right.
That's good. Well, she's helping her mom and her uncle, working for a place, and does another job on the side. It's like, damn, that girl's busy.
Yeah. She's got a lot of work to do.
Diver crashed out or left.
dived out. He pressed the back button. He pressed the back button. He fell in the back.
He fell out. There he is again. Sorry, I was editing some. Welcome back, Diver.
Yeah, I clicked on the wrong thing, I guess, when I tried to get back. I've got multiple windows open here. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that document I just put the URL for in the private chat there. It's the New York Police Department's operational order for investigation of individuals engaged in suspicious photography and video surveillance.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a single page and it's very interesting.
Yeah, I'll bookmark that right now.
There we go. Better banner.
And I got another cute one, like I was mentioning earlier, if I could figure out where it's at. Yeah, this one. Put that in there too.
Well, they
That
got a
one's-
whole paragraph on the transit system. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a whole separate department.
It's going in the toolbox.
And there's another one. That's the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. That's another enforcement group. At the railroad, which is different.
Oh,
And then you got postal inspectors, which are different.
New Jersey, isn't that a port state?
We've got several. We've got the Port Authority of New York, New Jersey. We've got the Port Authority of Philadelphia and New Jersey. We've got the Port Authority of Delaware and New Jersey. We got all kinds of different authorities. Although two of them just joined, the Garden State Parkway and the New Jersey Turnpike are now the New Jersey Highway Authority.
So many authorities.
I like what Miss Joe said there. You can't fix stupid, but you can meditate it.
I got to copy that one. Where'd she put that?
I'll put it back up
Right
there.
on the YouTube chat.
Oh, that was phenomenal. I got to find that. There it is.
They do have a cream for it, but you can't fix it.
Everything's a pill nowadays. Got to work at it from the inside out.
If you've got too many windows open, you'll fall out the window.
Can't fix stupid, but you can I can't speak English today.
You can medicate it.
Yeah, medicate it. Yeah, but is there enough drugs in the world to medicate Lou?
We've got the medical, pharmaceutical, insurance, industrial complex that's just generating everything for itself on an hourly basis.
That's what Lou's job should be, a test dummy. He's already dumb, so I can just test him.
They can just test him, yeah. The
Oh,
old
look how he talked about Teresa. And he's trying to white knight for women. Well, don't you call a certain lady Mary Jane? Gotta do that, Dot. Sarah, are we boring you?
No, I'm just tired. I didn't sleep good. I got 5 hours of sleep this morning.
Oh, damn. Go take the cat.
Yeah. I have a habit of going to bed at 1 because I have chronic pain, migraines, and chronic arthritis pains. And then I just started to take CBD oil and CBD cream like a month ago, and I still don't go to sleep until 1. And
Hmm.
then I had heartburn when I went to bed at 1, and I couldn't fall asleep until about like 3 o'clock, a little after 3. And I was in Pugface music. When he was playing his music, I was down in his chat
Old
for a
Pug.
little while.
Hmm.
What,
But I couldn't sleep because I had heartburn really bad last night.
Yeah.
was Pug out of tune again?
No,
Or,
I don't think he never is.
One of the downfalls of having your videoed face on a panel like this is people that know how to read your facial expression
Oh,
can tell exactly what you're thinking. I just figured I'd warn you about that.
you got a
well,
you got
thank you. I kind of figured, but
you got a crush on the Pug.
Oh, crash. Doesn't everyone?
who?
You got a crush on Pugface Media.
No.
Yes. May ha-
Uh,
may,
uh,
you
I
may have
think he might be taken. I don't know. He might. I think he's probably taken. What are you talking about? I don't know. I think he might be taken.
to M-star for him.
You have to
Yeah,
fight.
I think she's still with them. I can't keep track who's with who
Yeah.
on here anymore. Yeah. See, I told you, Pug is taken. I think it was taken right before I even met him on YouTube by M-Star.
No, I don't think M-star and Pug are dating. They're just good friends.
Oh,
Thanks.
see, I can't tell. I thought
I'm the
they were
same. I don't
just
keep
friends.
track.
Like, are they dating or are they friends? I can't really tell now. You know, it's just hard sometimes because how some people react when they're dating. I can tell the way they talk
Hmm.
on here. But on the other hand, when they are friends, I don't even know for sure if they're friends or not. Because sometimes when friends are on here, they hardly talk to each other. Some
Right.
do, and a lot they do talk on here. But with those two, I can't tell the difference quite yet. I will figure out someday.
Well, maybe
I'm not
Pug.
that fast.
Well, maybe Pug has the hots for Nasty.
Mm.
Who? Oh,
Nasty Nate. He's a bad
oh
looking
yeah,
dude.
I forget
Well,
the
that's
oh
good.
now I know. I thought she liked Nasty Nate at first, but I guess I was wrong. I don't know.
Nathaniel's a good dude.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, I saw him a couple times. Not a
Yeah,
whole lot.
yeah, I've seen more of him than I care to see.
Wow.
I like the
You
way he
must be
burns
popular. You
time.
like all over the place then. I see you all over.
Yep.
Yeah, Odin's
But
just a gadfly. He likes hanging on the walls of just about everywhere.
Stream butterfly.
but I hardly see you sometimes in the new chats I'm in. I don't see you in there, but I see you in other chats I'm in a lot also.
Now,
Yep.
I am a member in over 30 different servers on Discord. I subscribe to over 100 channels on
Wow.
YouTube, and I've rarely find time to look at videos anymore.
Mm.
Yeah, Wobblety Boost,
Have
did you get a chance to read that DHS document?
Yeah, I just scanned it now. I've got it and it's still open. I'm going to have a look at it later while I'm not talking to you. But
That
I like it.
document, yeah, that document's 8 years old, and
Mhm.
these auditors, cop watchers, and cop blockers wonder why they are looked at suspiciously. They need to read that paper.
Oh, it's the terrorism clause there, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing is, I've researched it. This is the first I've seen this document, but I've got others that are based out of DHS that say basically the same thing. In fact, they've put out public posters about it, and they say photography is one of the things you got to look at.
Yeah, I think I remember this going out as a memo, as a memo, an interdepartmental New York memo.
Oh yeah, that's what it's based on. I'm to say the memo is based on this document and other writings by DHS.
Yep, yep.
And then all these auditors have wonder why they're being accosted when they're videotaping the entrances to military operations. Well, duh. Yeah, it's since before 9/11, we've been concerned with this stuff, and especially after 9/11, you got the Patriot Act, you got DHS being formed. Yeah, you're looked at as a possible terrorist because you're doing things that terrorists have been caught doing. And unfortunately, some people will take that thought and carry it a little too far, in my opinion. But yeah, they're being cautious because of all the deaths and things that we've had, even here in the United States. I mean, it says this one guy who was he was an Al-Qaeda operative was caught videoing and taking photography of well, it doesn't say exactly where, but they mention malls that they've caught people taking videos of. And I'm not just saying, you know, walking through the mall taking videos. I'm talking about garages. And this one guy got nailed for taking videos of the ventilation system. Well, gee, I wonder why you're videotaping the input of a ventilation system.
Sarah, you want to go with us to receive?
I've worked on the inside of malls many times, and some of the stuff I've seen, yeah, thank God I'm not a terrorist because I know right where to put the stuff. We've got a local mall here that I know a
Bye,
lot of the
Odin.
interior
have a good one.
corridors and whatnot.
Oh, I
Sarah.
gotta go. Bye, you guys. Sorry to interrupt. I'm going on errands with my mom and dad. See you guys later. Sorry to interrupt. Have a nice rest of the day.
You too.
Bye. Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Odin, for the first time being up here. Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, this mall I'm talking about, I worked in there for, oh God, from 93 to 2014, on and off, 2 different owners. And of course, it's not going to be, whoops, excuse me.
That'll be the phone.
Telemarketer.
If that's a telemarketer ruining your conversation, I'd be livid.
Yeah, what Diver was saying, yeah, I can understand the reason why some of the places when what they're doing kind of
Yeah.
not normal. Like recording a ventilation system. Who in the right mind does that?
Yeah, there can't be a good reason. It's either, you know, you're probably trying to case the place to break into it anyway, even if you're not a terrorist, or you're really, really interested in ventilation. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, there is that whole overuse of it, the hangover of this day and age. When it's really not about terrorism, it's just about someone not liking you being there in front of their place with a phone.
Now, if you're out on a public sidewalk, there shouldn't be any worry about it. And you're recording whatever your eyes can see, and you ain't zooming in on stupid shit. Then
Yeah.
that
Well,
is what it is.
ask for a bit of common sense and that.
Yeah, that was She Who Must Be Obeyed, my wife. And I joked to her about it, but now I gotta get up and go do it. I gotta do the week's worth of dishes that are sitting there before she. I'll still be listening in, but I gotta get up and go do that, or I'll catch. Because she's already saying how tired she is and how frustrated she is with a certain physician that was supposed to come and do something for my father, and he's already called twice today saying he'll be there, and he's not. She's deciding that's it. I'm leaving, and I don't blame her.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
guys. Well, I can stop it. It's an hour and 10 minutes and some odd seconds. See y'all.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go mute so you don't hear all the racket.
Yeah.
I just seen Brandon came on, so I might go visit him. Thanks for having us up here, Roden.
No problem. Yeah, I can send a stream. Come back later on.
Sounds good.
All right, y'all have a good one. Don't do
Yes.
anything I wouldn't do.
Or I'll make sure no one's watching. See you later, Clash. See you. Aidan.
See you later, Clash. Wobbly.
Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. Is it done?
Yeah. Everybody's getting
Okay,
busy.
sorry about that. Yeah, no, I just I didn't want to interrupt you guys when I was making my cuts and stuff. I was appreciating